What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling incredible today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your likes, shares, and subscriptions. Your support really means a lot, and it really keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, what I'm going to be doing on this channel is tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, whether based off the phase that she's in, which sign she's in, if she's void of course, just lunar shenanigans, just all over the place. Just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything's going to be fantastic, Cancer. Now, let's get into it. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the thing for you all. I don't know why that started, but we're not questioning it too much. So, the moon is still in Pisces for a little bit longer. It's going to be going void of course. I know it just went void of course, but it's going to be going a little bit later today. So it's going to be going around about 8:44 this evening, and then it'll be void of course until 2240. Well, yeah, 10:40 for regular time, and this is all PM, and then it'll be transitioning to Aries, so we can enjoy at least a little bit of this this intuitive energy here. And the spread I'm going to be doing, since we still have some of that energy, is going to be like an inspiration spread. First card is going to be the source of your inspiration, the second will be how to channel it, and the third will be the potential outcome. And in case you all were curious, I'm using the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck. It's Cancer exclusive deck. I enjoy this deck. And if you want to check it out, get your own. I have some links down in the description box below with all the decks that I use, so you can have fun with that, Cancer. But without further ado, let's get into your reading here. Higher Self, what is the source of Cancer's inspiration right now? What is inspiring us during this this time in Pisces? Ha! Cancer. I'm done. Let's call it, because we are on the right track. Absolutely, the chariot should inspire us, and not even just in the sense of like the chariot is like, because it represents triumph, victory, just and keeping that forward motion, you know, that momentum, and honestly, that shadow work, you know, between finding that balance between your light and your dark side. All of this, but Cancer, whatever, you should inspire yourself, absolutely, because that's what I'm definitely getting from this card. What a Cancer. Do we need? Let's get a little clarification on that. Wow, Cancer, great start. That's what the Chariot Friends is all about, right there. That's so proud of you. What are we doing? We're clarifying. So proud, I forgot what's going on. Higher Self, can we clarify the chariot? What in specific, like, well, okay, nice. It's like I can't even complete the sentence. So, I feel like what's clarifying is with the Eight of Crystals. And I like that, because this feels like, for me, that we're allowing ourselves to really be, you know. I feel like for a time, because you see, she's kind of bound by this, you know, whatever mentality, because the crystals have to deal with, can deal with mental issues, or, you know, like as far as like intellectual matters, you know, stuff in the head. And if we've had some things that were like kind of brewing, you know, really kind of bringing us down, and really just kind of, I feel like sort of like dimming our light or making us feel like we couldn't be ourselves. I feel like we're getting ready to come out of that space. And for some, you know, that's for some, and for others, if you're feeling in this space, you know, it's with all this void of course going on right now, this might be a good time to just like really do some soul searching, some meditating, and just like, and however that looks, it doesn't necessarily mean if it's not in your if it's not your jam to just like kind of sit down and be with yourself like that. It could be simple as meditating. It could be going for a walk. It could be maybe doing some yoga. Even cooking, you know, just anything I feel like that's going to kind of get you out of your head and allow yourself to just be with you and to really discover the chariot within, because that's really what this whole channel is about, is really kind of figuring out how Cancer operates and to wholly be ourselves, and, you know, all the feelings, how they fluctuate. embrace that, Cancer. Don't feel like this is something that's holding you back, you know, or that you feel like you have to shrink yourself, or you have to what's the word I'm looking for? If you have to like minimize your value or something like that. You know, this is, look at, you know what? We're staying front and center right here. Let's move on to let's move on to the next card. Let's figure out how to channel this energy. So that's going to be the next one. Higher self. How do we channel this this awesome Chariot energy? How do we really make the most of this? Let's see what's going on with that. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Ten of Crystals. So like I was talking about with this Eight of Crystals here, I feel like it's time to, if we're going to really want to channel this stuff, it's about letting the things go. And letting things go that are just holding us back and holding us down, you know, that aren't raising our vibration. You know, I'm not saying, let's say if this is like maybe a toxic relationship or something like that. It may not be, I'm not necessarily saying like you need to like cut everyone out of your life or anything, because I don't really feel like you can do that. But it might be time to maybe set some boundaries. Or if this is a thing like, let's say with work, you know, you're just, you know, you have a way of doing things, you know, it goes against what you're doing, or I'm getting like it's I feel like it's like you're compromising yourself. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm like with this Eight of Crystals energy. I feel like there's just been you've been making a lot of sacrifices of yourself, Cancer, and we're not and it's time to claim some of that power back. You know, I feel like sometimes with how Cancerians are, you know, we can take on the emotions and kind of the, you know, environments of the people around us, and then, you know, we kind of can get lost in like what's really ours and then what's our environments. So really kind of separating that and really finding who you are again. But let's get a little bit more of the Ten of Crystals. I hope that's making sense, because I do. I'm getting it's like we've given more of ourselves and we've kind of lost ourselves in something. Let's get a little more clarification on that Ten of Crystals. Thank you, higher self. Let's see what's going on with this Ten of Crystals here. Okay. Yeah. Three of Crystals. We got a lot of stuff in our head right now, Cancer. A lot of crystal energy. The crystals in traditional tarot represent the swords. And with this Three of Crystals here, I feel like, something, it could be, it could possibly be, maybe for some, it could be like you're giving yourselves more in a relationship. We're trying to mold ourselves around this thing, and it's, yeah, I'm really getting we're sacrificing quite a lot, Cancer, and it's really kind of starting to weigh down on our feels, and it's getting to this place where we can't tap into this Chariot energy here, because we're not in that balanced state. We're giving more over to this kind of darker energy here and not making space for this lighter energy. And it's not to say to ignore this darker stuff, but there has to be a balance. You know what I mean? There's got to be something where I feel like there's a difference between, let's say, for example, with a relationship. You know, there's such thing as like compromising. You know, because I feel like, you know, you got to meet each other halfway in a relationship. That's that's how things work. But you know, when it's your, for example, let's say your person, and this doesn't even have to be with like an intimate relationship. It could be with friends, with parents, with however that is looking like for you. But let's say you're someone is trying to pursue something, and then you're supporting them for a while, and absolutely you support them. But when it's your turn, Cancer, you should expect the same type of support. And if you're not getting that, it might be either time to have a conversation, or maybe it might be some time to start thinking about some next steps, as far as like, okay, we need to maybe reestablish some boundaries. Maybe this is not where, you know, figuring out what is going on here, because this is, if this is sacrificing from the Chariot, you know, this is sacrificing from you. You have to, you know, you're in a safe space here. Take it how it resonates, but you got to put yourself first. And it's not, and yeah, it's going to be selfish. But if you're not okay, then how is everyone else going to be okay? You know, that's pretty much where I'm at with that. But let's get to your third card here. This third card is going to be your potential outcome. So let's see what happens here, higher self. Once we start taking those steps, let's see where we're going to get to there. Thank you, higher self, for this. What is going to be the potential outcome for Cancer? Ooh, okay. Yes, Cancer. Yes. The Lovers. Now this for me, this is what I'm talking about. This is coming. Remember I was talking about that light and dark side there? This is a coming to of yourself. You know, this is like, I feel like a decision has to be made. You know, the Lovers can, it's Lovers has been taking on that kind of role for me, and I really feel like this is something for you. Because the Lovers for me is kind of like your higher self winking at you. You know, it's like kind of wanting you to kind of get back aligned with that Chariot. And so right now, I feel like with this popping up, we have a choice to make. And this is not to pressure you, not to scare you, but it's like, are we going to? And I don't know what the situation has looked like. You know, keep that in mind. But it's like, are we going to continue to kind of sacrifice who we are, you know, to kind of put ourselves aside, you know, and just kind of take on this role. If that's where, if you're okay with that, you know, if this is, you know, it's not affecting you in the slightest, absolutely. Or are we in a situation where we need to put ourselves first, and we need to really, I feel like really you got some soul searching for some, and some real kind of deep questions need to be asked, you know, because this has to do with you, Cancer. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's get a little clarification on that. Let's get a little clarification on the Lovers. Higher self, can we clarify the Lovers? What decisions does Cancer have to make in this? You know, can we see how this is going to? Oh, okay. Three of Cups. So with the Three of Cups, I feel like it's going to be one of those things that I really feel like you should choose you, Cancer, first. You know, first and foremost. You know, it's going to be one of those things, and that's just my personal opinion. You know, and it's only because when you yourself are correct, because this is one of our cards, Cancer. This is the Three of Cups is, oh, give me a second. It is Mercury in Cancer. So I feel like it's one of those things. Maybe this is something you need to communicate with. If this has to dealing with a relationship, you know, and you remember in whatever capacity that looks like, it might be time to kind of communicate those things, because Cancer, Mercury represents communication, and then with you know, Cancerian energy, talking about your feelings. So it could be something where it's like, maybe it's like, hey, I don't mind supporting you, but remember that I'm not a supporting character, if that makes sense. You know, it's like we're partners here. You know, this is not something where I'm not second place. You know, this is stand your, you know, let's switch back over. You know, like kind of like stand your, be firm in that, Cancer, because this is I feel like because we're looked at, sometimes I feel like people can forget sometimes, like, we're the mothers of the zodiac, and you don't mess around with mama, like that first and foremost, you know. And it's going to be one of those things that I'm here to help you as long as there's reciprocity happening, you know what I mean? And you know what, if this is a thing while I'm thinking about this, if this is not with a relationship, this could also be for, this can apply to business as well, you know, for sparking your inspiration. If you're just like pouring yourself into stuff, and you're not in this place where you can express your individuality and kind of contribute to, you know, because you could have some great ideas to kind of help elevate your workspace. But if you're not allowed a platform or a space, then I'm not saying, you know, quit your job or anything, but it just might be a good time to start doing some reevaluation, you know, of where we're at in life right now, and seeing if we're getting the most out of our situations in love, in friendships, relationship, partnerships, in work, all of that. Making sure that, you know, that the Chariot is not being disregarded, because remember, the Chariot, we're winners. We're winners, Cancer, because that's what the Chariot is. Look at how you shine. Look at you. And don't forget that. Absolutely. Whew. little deep, Cancer. Very deeper than I had thought that was going to go. But that's good. You know, sometimes depth is nice, and there's so much depth to us. But if let's do all the things that we haven't already. You know, subscribe, like, share. You can follow me on Facebook. All that stuff's below. Check out my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly readings for all the signs. Cancer's drops on Sunday. I know, right? You get a little bit extra. But then just to get it, you know what, and to get a better picture of yourself, and to really, you know, because we're more than just Cancerians. You know, that's just like if it's your sun sign. You know, that's kind of like your base. You know, that's your ego. And then we're building on top of that here. Check your moon, and mainly check your moon, check your rising. Those are your big ones there. But what else do we? You know, while I was talking about Mercury, let's check our Mercury. Let's see how we can communicate, because I feel like this is something that you're going to. If you're in this situation, we're gonna have to talk about this eventually, because you know, now, I've seen it, you've seen it, so let's see what we're gonna do about it. But yeah, that's let's get your surprise card. Let's see what's going on with that. Page of Wands. Absolutely, Page of Wands. Page of Wands is about that individuality that I was talking about, and being whole to yourself and finding your sun in that. You know, there's a pureness in that. I really like the Page of Wands. You know, she's standing there. She's I feel like she's basking. There's a comfort that's coming with knowing who she is. You know, there's not like a doubt there. You know, there's this enlightenment that is coming with this. And then now she's able to channel her energy and really pour into that, you know, and start manifesting, but manifesting what she wants in her world, not any kind of outside things, you know. So absolutely, Cancer. Don't get lost. Don't lose yourself in this. You know, I know our energy, you know, it can feel like a vastness in this ocean here, but you know how to navigate this space. And that's what, you know what, getting to know where our ruler is, all of these little pieces, you know, really kind of help bring it all together. So hopefully this helped for you, Cancer. Stay safe out there. Keep eyes on the moon, and I will catch you on the next one later.